world, there has been an ankle pandemic. Sprains after sprains in every country, all around the globe. But there's a solution.
Twist of Fate, the Ankle Chronicles. Welcome to our presentation on an ankle sprain. So an ankle sprain occurs when one or more of the ligaments that support the ankle joint are overstretched or torn. This specifically happens at the tectoral joint, where the talus bone connects with the tibia and the fibula. The injury usually affects either the lateral, which is the outer, or the medial, which is the inner ligaments that help stabilize the ankle. So the tibia is also known as the shin bone, and it's the larger and stronger of the two leg bones. The talus bone is the highest bone in the foot. It sits between the tibia and the fibula, and it helps transfer weight from the leg to the foot and allows ankle movement. And then we have the fibula, that's the thinner bone next to the tibia, which provides support and stability to the ankle, but carries less weight. The symptoms of an ankle sprain vary depending on the severity, but first we have pain. Immediate pain around the ankle, especially near the injured ligament. Then we have tenderness. The ankle may swell due to inflammation and fluid buildup. Then we have a popping sound or sensation. That is what some people hear or feel a pop at the time of the injury, especially with severe sprains. Then we have swelling and bruising. So yeah, it may swell, and a sprained ankle often develops bruising, blue, purple, or red. Then we have instability. In moderate to severe sprains, the ankle may feel weak or unstable, making it hard to walk or stand. Common mechanisms of ankle sprains. So the first one is inversions, and this is the most common way. It occurs when the foot rolls inward too much. It places excessive stress on the lateral ligaments, which are on the outer side of the ankle. And the common causes are landing awkwardly, stepping on an uneven surface, or sudden directional changes. Eversions. This happens when the foot rolls outward excessively. This the medical deltoid ligaments, which is a strong ligament complex on the inner side of the ankle. They're less common because the deltoid ligament is stronger than the lateral ligament. A common cause is a strong external force or impact pushing the ankle outward. High ankle sprains. So this involves excessive dorsiflexion, so that's bringing the foot upward, and external rotation, which is twisting outward. It affects the syndesmic ligaments, I cannot pronounce that, which connects the tibia and the fibula just like above the ankle joint. So common causes of this would be a planted foot with a forceful twist. Each type of these sprains impacts different ligaments and varies in severity. So for example, this is an example of an inversion break, so that would be, sprain. That would be this way, or eversion is the other way. And then high ankle sprains, you can see where it is in the foot versus how low it is in these ones. Affected anatomical structures. Okay, so we have the lateral ligaments. So this is involved in inversion sprains. Then we have the medial ligament. So that's involved in the eversion sprains we just talked about. Then we have the sydemosis, something I can't pronounce, and that's involved in the high ankle sprains. Now, over to Claire.
Hey, I'm Claire, and welcome to dance-related injuries. Dance forms / genre. Every dance form has a different effect on dancers' ankles due to the way they are used in specific genres of dance. In ballet and jazz, the ankle is used to support the dancer on releve, as well as pressure put on your ankle to point your foot. Point is very similar to ballet and jazz, but it is very demanding on your ankles as you are on your toes for the majority of point. Tap is also demanding of your ankles, as there are a lot of moves and sounds that require fast ankle movements, as well as sounds that require you to pronate and supinate your feet to hear the sides of your taps and scuffs. Ballroom dance isn't often thought of when talking about ankle injuries, but the amount of sharp turns and twists and landings that are done in heels where the ankle is already in an unnatural position puts a lot of pressure on the ankle. Of course, these moves shouldn't be avoided, as they are key parts of dance and dance training, which is what we do here, but they need to be done safely. What are things we can avoid doing, you ask? Well, things to avoid. Overshooting your positions. You're in first position, for example. There is a possibility of you overturning your feet. This can be very hard on your ankles. You also want to make sure you are keeping all 4 points of the foot to the floor. Bending without plie can cause a shock to your ankle because it isn't prepared for the amount of pressure being applied to it. Putting too much weight on your gesture foot. Putting too much weight on your gesture foot. Ugh. In tap, when there is too much weight put on the gesture foot, it can cause a rolling of the ankle or an unwanted pressure causing damage to the ligaments. Not good. Sickling your foot when pointed. Not only does it look ugly, but this can also hurt the ankle because sickling causes pronation in the ankle as well as a pull on the fibula. All of these can cause ankle pain due to improper positioning. This is why it is very important to strengthen and train your ankles to withhold long periods of time where the ankle is being put to use, which, newsflash, is very often in this field of intense dancing. Now, on to Maddie. Segment segue!
Thank you so much, Claire. This is our treatment plan. So, you sprained your ankle. Ouch. Once you've identified your sprained ankle, it's important to seek help as quick as possible to avoid further injury and help you get to the later stages of treatment as soon as possible. One of the most referred to approaches for treating a sprained ankle is the RICE method. And no, I'm not talking about that kind of RICE. RICE stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. This method should be used in the first 24 to 72 hours to aid swelling and reduce pain effectively, which is why fast action is so crucial. First thing you want to do when you sprain an ankle is rest. Avoid walking, dancing, or putting any weight on the sprained ankle as much as possible. If walking is absolutely necessary, crutches can be used to keep weight off the foot and keep the healing process going. Rest can prevent further bruising or swelling and help reduce pain or further injury. Ice the injury for 15 to 20 minutes every 2 to 4 hours for the same 24 to 72 hour period. Using an ice pack or some frozen vegetables if those are more on hand if you're a college student. Icing the injury aids the healing process through slightly constricting blood flow and therefore aiding swelling. Compression works to prevent swelling as well, while structurally supporting the ankle to ensure everything heals in the right place. This will minimize inflammation and prevent fluids from interfering with recovery. Elevation. To effectively elevate an ankle for treatment, gently place the ankle on a chair, bench, or any surface that aligns the injured ankle with your heart in a seated position. Elevation helps to reduce inflammation and should be used as frequently as possible for the 24 to 72 hour period. Wait! What is the first thing that you should do? With a sprained ankle, the first thing that you should do is seek medical attention, whether that be a walk-in or emergency, depending on the severity. As you can see up here, with a sprained ankle, it is crucial to seek medical support as soon as possible. Said by Stephen Sondheim. As we know, there are 3 grades of sprains. The mild grade, grade 1, the moderate grade, grade 2, and the severe grade, grade 3. Recovery time is dependent on these 3 grades. For example, grade 1, mild sprain, takes 1 to 3 weeks to heal, if everything treatment-wise is going well. Grade 2, moderate, takes about 3 to 6 weeks to heal. And grade 3, or more severe sprains, take about 3 to 6 months or longer to heal. Painkillers like ibuprofen or acetaminophen are ideal for managing pain during recovery or swelling. Up to 40% of ankle sprains can go on to develop chronic symptoms, which can be caused by a repeated injury. So if a sprain doesn't fully heal the first time, you might be more likely to get sprained in the same spot, which can make you more likely to be receiving or garnering a more severe or chronic sprain. On to Calypso.
Thank you, Maddie. On to our rehabilitation plan. The first step after the initial period of rest is physiotherapy. It should be put in place. It is recommended to start with gentle movements and gradually progress to more challenging exercises, focusing on pain-free movement. Regardless of the grade of sprain, the same order of rehab physio should follow. First, we start off with range of motion exercises. You want to start easy. with ankle circles or write the alphabet out. Then, as you start getting more range of motion, back with less pain, you can start to do banded exercises such as pointing and flexing. Finally, you can start to do weight-bearing exercises, such as calf stretches against the wall, which puts strain. Wait, did I do that again?
All right.
It's all good. We got time.
Woo.
Yeah.
We're doing really well.
We are. Okay. Finally, you can do weight-bearing range of motion movements, such as calf stretches against the wall.
Wait, can I do that one more time? But I'm gonna zoom out so I can get you in there.
Okay.
Okay. Go.
Finally, you can start to do weight-bearing exercises, such as calf stretches against the wall.
That was good.
Okay. You made that? Okay. This exercise puts strain on the back of your ankle or heel raises.
Wait, no, I didn't get that one. Wait, do the heel raises again.
Yeah. Wait. What did I do? Yes, I will do that. Okay.
I'll do the hee-hee.
Okay. Okay. Ready?
Go.
This exercise puts strain.
Oh, I didn't get the heel. My finger was in the heel raises one. Sorry.
Oh.
If you want to just go from heel raises.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go behind that.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I didn't know. My bad.
Okay. This exercise puts strain on the back of your heel. Another one that would do the same would be heel raises. Exercises are important as they help to reduce stiffness and improve circulation. You want to be doing them at the same time as isometric strengthening exercises. What does isometric mean, you ask? It means contracting the muscles against a static resistance without any movement in the joint. Pushing your ankle against a flat object like a wall. Banded exercises like this. I'll cut to that.
Mm-hmm.
One-footed exercises such as single foot calf raises, RDLs, Romanian deadlifts if you don't know, and any other exercises targeting isometric strengthening. Finally, you want to be doing balance and stability exercises. This is going to come after you've regained the strength in your ankles. This is going to come after you've regained the range of motion and strengthening in your ankles.
That was really solid.
Okay, wait. You made that up? Okay. You might want to be doing things like single-footed hops, releves onto the heeled foot, and eventually you want to incorporate jumps from one foot to the other and sharper movements such as fast twists of the ankle. Oh yeah.
Wherever works for you.
You might want to be doing things like single-footed hops, releves onto the heeled foot, and eventually you want to incorporate jumps from one foot to the other and sharper movements such as fast twists of the ankle.
Dope.
Maintenance plan. Once you've sprained your ankle once, like Maddie said, it's much easier to sprain it again or cause worse injury. This is why it's important to have a maintenance plan in place to ensure you don't injure it again. Number 1, modifying. Using an ankle brace until the ankle is completely healed is 100% okay. Backing off from excessive use of an ankle for the few weeks after recovery is also okay. Number 2, educate yourself. Educate yourself. Understanding what happened and why it happened is one of the most crucial elements of maintenance. If you don't know what caused your injury, how will you know how to stop it from happening again in the future? By making ourselves aware of what caused our injury, it will allow us to move forward with the knowledge of how to avoid it happening to us again. Being proactive by learning about your injuries can help in the long run, as you will be knowledgeable enough to know what you can and can't do going forward and what you can do about it. You should be able to work through any issues that arise because you have done your part in understanding your injury. How to not re-injure long term. Know your limits. Nobody knows your body better than you. So if you feel like you need to stop, stop. Don't push it just to prove something. Warning signs of injury. Swelling and bruising, pain, mild heat and redness, lots of movement, and strength around the ankle and foot, difficulty walking or going up or down stairs, tingling, numbness, or pins and needles in the affected area. It is very important to be aware of any changes to a previously injured body part. If you feel any of these listed symptoms, it is best to contact your doctor or physiotherapist, as these may be signs of re-injury. Finally, healthy habits. A daily movement is amazing for the body, including a mix of strengthening and mobility exercises, stretching, breathing exercises. We allow ourselves to grow stronger and more connected. Like Barb has told us, there is an undeniable connection between the mind and the body. Until we accept that, there will be an imbalance through our system. We can't mindlessly be doing things with our body and expect everything to just go smoothly. So it is vital that we maintain and not only the injured area, but the entire mind and body. Journaling, stretching, yoga, exercise will allow us to be intentional with our movements and be mindful of any future issues that arise in our bodies.
Thanks for watching! Tune in next week for ankle bracing. Oh.